Hey, how's it going? I wanted to have a little discussion with you about light today. And let's start by reading out of Genesis chapter 1. I'm going to read from the Amplified version. Most of you are familiar with this story, but I wanted to highlight some parts of the passage between verse 14 and 19. So here we go. Then God said, "Let there be light bearers, sun, moon, stars, in the expanse of the heavens to separate the day from the night, and let them be useful for signs of God's provident care and for making seasons, days, and years. And let them be useful as the lights in the expanse of the heavens to provide light on the earth." And it was so, just as he commanded. God made the two great lights, the greater light, the sun, to rule the day, and the lesser light, the moon, to rule the night. He made the galaxies of stars also, that is, all the amazing wonders in the heavens. God placed them in the expanse of the heavens to provide light upon the earth, to rule over the day and the night, and to separate the light from the darkness. That's what I wanted to point out, is that it says here in verse 17 that he placed the sun and the moon and the stars in the heavens to provide light upon the earth. And then in verse 18, it says to rule over the day and the night. So, what I wanted to talk about was the importance of understanding the benefit of allowing the day to be ruled by the sun and the night to be ruled by the moon. I know that sounds pretty basic, but just bear with me. So, we all know in order for plants to grow, they need full spectrum sunlight, right? And what does spectrum mean? It means you've got one side of light that's invisible up to like 380 nanometers of light, very short waves, high energy. And then you have another spectrum all the way up to from that purplish light to red on the other side. You've got purple, blue, green, yellow, orange, red, right? And then at the other side, up past red, is invisible red light. Okay, so if we don't have that kind of light, things don't grow. Our food comes from the growth of the plants, right? Even if we eat animal products, those animals ate some plants somewhere along the line, or say algae in the ocean if you're eating fish. Okay, so why is this important? Well, when I think about the fact that it's only been, I think it was 1893 that we started electrifying everything, and we have these lights that we have on during the night, and we're not necessarily even outdoors getting full spectrum sunlight during the day because we're indoors under unnatural light, and those don't have the full spectrum. So if plants need full spectrum lights to grow, wouldn't it be advantageous, or like it says in Genesis chapter 1, that God gave the sun to be useful? Do you think it was just for plants? Because I think it was for us. And we know too in history that there were outbreaks of illnesses, even like typhoid, even like, what was the other one? Tuberculosis. Yeah. So tuberculosis, all these different, outbreaks of very deadly bacteria. And they found when they put patients out in the sun, guess what? They got better. There were some artists that actually discovered when they started painting outside that some of their illnesses went away. So there's more to it than that. But let's just stop and think about this. If God made the sun to rule the day, are we allowing the sun to rule our day? Let's just think about that, and I'll get back to you next time.